Hi everyone, Camille Steiner. I'm a director with Usborne Books and More, and this video is all about some examples of our amazing fiction books that are incredibly fabulous at getting kids awakening their imaginations and in learning about the world around them in a way where they're having fun with their stories, but they're also learning some really terrific life lessons. To get going, I want to tell you about one of our picture books called I'm a Dirty Dinosaur. I love this particular title because it's all about this fun-loving dinosaur who just has a great time playing in the mud. I love that the illustrator used actual mud to make her pictures along with watercolors. I also love that there's tons of action-oriented words that gets kids up and moving around and having a lot of fun with the story. Cow Takes a Bow is a great example of one of our super engaging phonics readers. So this particular title here is a collection of 6 different phonics readers that you can get individually too, but each one has really terrifically controlled vocabulary, just a couple of phonemes per story, very engaging and humorous stories that get kids loving to read from a very early age. And very controlled vocabulary, as I mentioned. Parent tips in the front of the book, fun games to play in the back of the book, perfect for your earliest readers. A Tale of Two Beasts is one of our best-selling titles, and this really humorous story is very popular because it teaches kids all about perspective. So the first half of the story is all about a little girl who goes through the woods and she encounters an adorable little creature who she decides to take home and rescue and take care of. However, he doesn't quite see it from that point of view. He actually has a different perspective here, and he wants to tell the story about this really terrible beast who comes into the woods and takes him away from his home and kidnaps him. And I love that in the end, they come to a realization that there's more than one way to see things, and they become friends. So very sweet story. Big Book of Little Stories is actually one of my personal favorite books. I love this beautifully illustrated collection of 15 different classic picture books for kids. So we've got Little Red Riding Hood, Emperor's New Clothes, There Was a Crooked Man, and all sorts of fun things like that. Beautiful illustrations. You can see that there's different illustrators throughout, so I love that variety. Very rich vocabulary throughout with these beautiful, lavish illustrations. I love that it has a cloth binding with it and a ribbon bookmark to keep your place. Great treasury that your family will enjoy for many, many years and then pass along to your children. Moving on to some chapter books, I want to introduce you to some of our earliest chapter books about Billy B. Brown and Hey Jack. And one thing I love about them is there's probably 12 plus in each collection, and I love that they are actually overlapping with each other because Billy and Jack are best friends. So these are very relatable kids. One of them is shy, one of them is outgoing, and they have very relatable everyday problems too. And I love that these books talk through their life situations in a way where kids see solutions to their own problems. These kids, though, are great role models for your kids. They are good kids, and very manageable text throughout, as you can see. Perfect for kids that are becoming emerging readers. Moving on to some of our older chapter books, I'm just going to briefly mention a few examples. EJ12 is a great series for kind of your middle to upper elementary girls. Emma Jacks is an everyday girl with everyday problems with her family and her friends and school. Again, great girl. But on the side, she's actually a special agent, and she's cracking codes and taking down the bad guys. And then 2 action-packed adventure series that we have for a little bit older readers would be The Last 13. I love this particular page-turning series of 13 different titles that are all about kids, kind of a sci-fi adventure series, all about kids cracking mysteries, solving mysteries, and saving the world. And I love that it's just a super interesting way that kids are just kind of indirectly learning history and science too. And then the Luke Challenger trilogy has just a great crossover between kind of almost Indiana Jones style of action that goes right along with classic literature. So this trilogy introduces kids to 3 classic stories that were written about 100 years ago. So fun way for them to learn about that history and about kind of historical sci-fi fiction. So about history and classic literature and fun and action-packed teen-oriented adventure. So hope those are some great examples for you, and feel free to ask questions on the page or the wall. Thanks.